What's going on, everyone? I'm Chase, and welcome back to my continuing coverage of What If, the new Marvel animated show that hits Disney Plus every single Wednesday. Now, episode 2, last week we talked about what if T'Challa was kidnapped by Yondu instead of Peter Quill and he became Star-Lord. A very fun episode indeed, but now let's get on to episode 3. Episode 3 is What If Loki presented himself to the governments of Earth as king of Asgard using all of his diplomacy. That is actually just a portion of this episode, which is interesting. I'm wondering if they're just kind of keeping everything under wraps for now, but that's not even the main crux of the episode. The main crux is this mystery that kind of is looming around all these characters because Avengers keep getting taken off the map. They keep dying, and they don't know what's going on. Like something is happening, and that's when Loki kind of presents himself as the leader of Asgard, and then they kind of go from there. But all of these Avengers are just dropping dead, and we have to figure out what is happening. So, my overall thoughts on the episode: very cool, very fun, little just something different from the first two. So, what did I think of the episode? I liked it. It was something completely different from episode 1 and 2. Episode 1 was also just kind of like a switch. Captain Carter dons the shield instead of Steve Rogers. Episode 2 was also just a switch. What if T'Challa was Star-Lord instead of Peter Quill? This one is also a switch to Loki's favor of being the ruler of Asgard, but it's more of a murder mystery. Like, what is killing all these Avengers? Why are they just dropping dead like this? So I found that to be fascinating because I had no idea where it was going to go. And then when it was revealed who's doing it at the end, it kind of had a Jekyll and Hyde situation without going into spoilers too much. But that was really cool to see someone kind of lose their mind and, be on the opposite side of what their character is. It was fascinating. And so just having this kind of murder mystery looming throughout the entire episode really did kind of keep the pace and the rhythm of this particular episode super energetic because I wanted to find out who was doing all this at the end. And it really just made it for an entertaining episode and something completely different than 1 and 2, which is great. That's what you want with this series. You want to kind of do things that are so off the wall and weird. And that I think that's how this series is going to continue to stay fresh. So really enjoyed the murder mystery aspect of it. We had the majority of the people come back and do their voices. Sam Jackson, Nick Fury, of course Jeffrey Wright comes back as the Watcher. Jeremy Renner is the voice of Hawkeye, and Tom Hiddleston comes back as Loki. I think the only people that didn't come back were Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow, but we all know why. I'm kidding. This was done way before all that started happening, but I'm just still shocked that she didn't do it, considering this was all before that. Chris Hemsworth, I don't think, came back for Thor, and then Mark Ruffalo did come back for the Hulk. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's very inconsistent with the voice casting of these episodes and really making sure all of them come back, because it's weird. Like, I'd rather have none of them come back versus just some, and like some of them are obviously different voices. I don't know. It's very weird. I figured they would all want to come back, make it feel a little bit more authentic, and I think that's the whole point, is to really bring these characters to life as their real life counterparts, but having an animated form, it just adds to a whole level of immersion when it comes to animation. Like, you want to feel like these characters are real and popping off. So if you were immersed into the experience a little bit more with the actual actors and actresses voicing the characters, then it just makes a world of difference. So this one was kind of a little bit worse than episode 1 and 2 in that regard. Some people were missing, some people were there. It is what it is. But yeah, and then of course the reveal at the very end, with finding out who did everything. I could believe it if this was a part of a multiverse strand, and this person turned on the Avengers and started killing them. It's like, it's pretty dangerous what they can do with their powers if they were evil. So I get it. But yes, very fun little episode indeed. There's really nothing more to discuss. It was really cool to see a little bit more expansion with all the characters. In the first one we had just the Captain America setting. Second one was more of the Guardians of the Galaxy setting. This we got to hop between Black Widow, Thor setting, Hulk, Loki, and all that stuff. So it was very, very nice to kind of see it just broaden its scope a little bit. But yes, very, very cool episode. Excited for episode 4. Episode 4 is going to be the first one I'm going to see blindly with everyone else. So there you go. We'll all be experiencing it together. But yes, let's dive into the spoilers for this episode. Give your warning. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So the spoiler in this one is the person that is killing all the Avengers. It's Hank Pym. Really kind of, like I said, what I mentioned earlier, kind of having this Jekyll and Hyde situation, and I could totally believe it. Really just kind of gone mad scientist, if you will. And seeing him use his powers for that level of evil is believable, and it's absolutely terrifying. If you just were to, piss off Hank Pym in the wrong direction, he could actually do this and shrink himself, get inside of the Avengers' bodies, and like they're just dropping dead and like they're exploding and stuff. It's just like, ugh, you don't want to think about that if Hank Pym turned evil. But yeah, the confrontation at the very end, I understood why Hank Pym turned evil and did this. He explains it all in the final scene, but still terrifying nonetheless to see him kind of flip like that just so easily. And it kind of turns this whole episode into more of a horror situation. So I liked it. So in that regard, yes, Hank Pym was the killer. But yeah, I liked the episode quite a bit. Let's go on to episode 4. So let me know down below what you thought of What If episode 3. Whether you liked it, you loved it, are you liking the kind of direction each of these episodes are going? Like, do you want to see, what do you want to see? I'm curious. What do people want to see out of this show? So let me know down below what you thought of the episode. But yes, that will do it for this review of What If. Tune in next week for episode 4. I'm Chase Lee, and I will see you guys for another episode of What If. See you guys later.